Hello there, and welcome to the Natalie and
Dennis
Show podcast, baby.
ASMR
edition. Happy Friday. How are you guys doing? What's going on? Thanks for joining us today. Where's our crowd? Our crowd audience?
Yeah.
Where's the audience?
Whether you're listening to us in your 1984 Honda Civic, 2023 Tesla, at home, in your kitchen, in the bathroom, I don't judge. You can hear us anywhere through Spotify and Apple Podcasts, or you can view us on your rinky-dinky iPhone 3.
I was waiting for that to put the applause, but there was no one.
You didn't put the applause. There it is.
Hi, everyone. Oh my God. It's such an honor to have you here today. Today's episode is a continuation of the last one, where we answer uncomfy questions. And today I am dressed like Dennis. I actually just went into his closet and I was like, I don't know what to wear. So I picked out this shirt, and apparently this shirt is his most expensive one in the closet.
So I purchased that one.
What?
It came in from Japan.
Okay.
This is a long time ago when I used to spend more
nice
on clothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was too big for it, so I never wore it. Japanese sizing is like really weird. That's a brand called Mastermind.
Comment below if this shirt gives you $500 worth or not.
Yes. I mean, Japanese clothing in general is just very expensive. But we're moving on, continuation from the uncomfy questions. And one of them happened to be, how do I feel about someone dressing like me? And someone's dressing like me. That's wonderful, lovely.
Honey, cheers.
Cheers. You're Alani, my prime.
Cheers. Actually, let me try a little sip of yours.
Okay.
And you try a little sip of mine.
No, I'm good. There's like nothing in there. You cheated me.
Wow, it tastes like passion fruit.
It's mango.
It's delicious.
Moving on to the first question. I'm excited. How do you feel about today's episode?
Yeah, I'm happy.
I'm all for it.
I think we already broke the ice in the other one. So.
I think the other one was really, really good. I'm really happy about it. So if you haven't checked out the other one, the previous one before this, go check it out. And the first question, the uncomfiest of the uncomfy, the one that makes you sizzle. Was there a point in which y'all didn't want to get married anymore? I don't know who wrote it like that, but
people like to say y'all.
I was very opposed to getting married too early.
You were very opposed?
Too early into our relationship.
Oh, what would be too early?
Like before me graduating.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
I think I had already mentioned this in a previous episode. It's obviously very hard to keep track, but I waited till I graduated from college and got my degree in order to get married. That was one of my big goals pre-marriage.
Yeah. And I'm happy that we waited until then.
How do you feel? Well, you were happy that we moved in together when we were married. We obviously didn't move in together prior.
Yeah, it was such an exciting time. Like we purchased our first house, and it was exciting because we saw the process of it being built. So we would always like stop by in the front and just like literally we were outside and we would just stare at our house. We were like, oh, I can't believe we're going to live there. We would walk in when everything was still wood framed. And then when we actually moved in, it was so exciting. Like new furniture. We didn't have anything. Exciting to visualize. Like this house has gone through so many stages.
We have one vlog where we ran through the house.
Yeah.
And it was just completely empty. I don't know how to explain the feeling of being in a brand new place.
The best.
And I'm not saying like the building has to be new. I'm saying like a new home.
Moving. It's the best.
Moving. And you're at stage 0 where there's just boxes. Nothing's out of the boxes. And you just see potential. Like for where things go. And
oh, no, go ahead.
Like,
sorry.
don't get it twisted. You're going to fuck up often. Like, putting furniture around, knowing where things go is hard. Mm-hmm. I never really knew until we got our interior designer, and then things kind of really fell into place.
Yeah, my forte is not decorating. And this house has been through so many ugly stages where, I don't know, I would go to Target, I'd find a cute pillow, and then I would like try to combine it with, like, for example, these two right here.
These couches right here.
I had purchased them, right? You just noticed that you're like off balance on the screen.
It's whatever. Push this that way, actually.
Okay.
There we go. Symmetry.
So yeah, I purchased these 2 couches, and I purchased so many more other couches.
You remember? 5 couches.
Yeah. And then I didn't know what to do with them. So very happy when we actually got somebody to decorate our house. So
we decorated this set ourselves though.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the set now that we have our logo?
It's very cute, but there are little tweaks. Like now we can add more things to it. We just haven't had time. This whole week has been kind of busy.
Originally, I had more stuff. I had this entire wall like full of things that I enjoy.
Yeah.
things that I'm all about.
Let's do it. Let's do it again.
And then I took everything off because apparently it was too cluttered and it looked terrible. But I think on camera, everything looks different from real life.
No, let's do it again and then just kind of see what ends up happening.
Cool. So we'll have it ready for the next episode.
I like more before.
You like it more before?
Yeah. Before start, I like more your.
I agree. Yeah, no, for sure. It needs like personality.
Now it just looks empty.
Yeah. Well, now we could do that.
Yeah.
Oh, do y'all fart in front of each other?
I fart all day, every day in front of you.
Yeah. I do find it interesting. Couples that don't fart in front of others and you've been together for a while, like that's a thing. A lot of girls don't want to fart in front of their significant other.
Well, it's a meme.
What do you do?
People are like, that girls don't shit.
Yeah, but what the heck do you do? Like that must be horrible to not.
What do? Do they just step aside and
hide.
fart by themselves in their closet?
I guess they go outside and they
go to their car and just fart and sniff their own shit and like, what? Do they just keep it to themselves? All right.
I just realized. So today's been a really busy day. I skipped lunch and I'm starting to feel it kick in. Like that I need.
I asked you before we start this, are you willing to like eat? And you said, no, I just want to get right into it.
Damn, I'm fucking hungry.
So we're in that reminds me. We actually got a PR box from McDonald's.
Oh yeah.
And we got one free gift card for the
Cardi B offset
meal. So
which we will be having tonight.
We'll probably be having that tonight, but they also sent that and you've had that next to you and you haven't explained what that is. There goes your phone.
My bad. This is just a little fluffy, a little McDonald's blanket. How freaking cute.
That's amazing.
So let's get cozy.
Let's not. You can keep that to yourself.
This is so cute.
It's very nice.
Thanks, McDonald's. Now sponsor me. Just kidding.
Have you ever had to spice up your sex life? If so, how did you bring it up to your partner? Do you want to answer that?
Yeah, we've had to spice up our sex life. I think after a while things can get boring. And so I think it's more the fact that like you stop kind of like creating special moments with each other. Right. So I've talked to my life coach about this. I talked to her about everything. And I was telling her that we had gotten, this is pretense. We had gotten so busy with work that we were just like not really spending time together anymore. And so I think date nights has helped, right? So every Friday we have our little date nights.
Yeah.
Taking more breaks, actually like, communicating, I guess, with the other person that, hey, this is kind of boring,
I think we had previously answered a question about scheduling
sex.
It's bad. I think
we try to do that.
The spontaneous times are the best, in my opinion. Yes. And then in terms of spicing, it's just a state of mind. It's like, what do you wear?
What do you wear?
Where? Like
where?
There's a lot of like things you can change, right? So that's nice, and we'll leave that at that.
Sexy things, sexy toys.
Next, wow, is this a fucking paragraph?
No, so let me explain. Can you leave that one in there? So my answer's in there because I really did want to answer it properly when I saw it.
Okay, you deal with that. That is
no.
What?
No, so this is a question and I actually wanted to answer it properly for this person.
Okay.
She put, what is the best non-common relationship advice that you guys have gotten without saying trust or communication? Because everybody says you got to communicate more, blah, blah, blah. So I thought about this question and I like actually wrote out what I believe to be the best non-common relationship advice for us.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it is to really understand your own individual goals and their own individual goals and values. And so the reason I say this is because I remember when we first started, when we got married, I feel like our first year of marriage was the toughest, in my opinion, because I felt like we worked so hard. And what I didn't understand is that one of my values is freedom. So I want to make sure that I end work at a certain time. I want to make sure I have time with loved ones. And I wasn't really tapping into that. So I feel like the first year of marriage, we both had the goal to work really hard, but then we didn't understand that my value and your value was actually family and time off, right? Like freedom.
Okay. I want to input into that, right? I think our job in particular requires a lot of drive and a lot of tenacity and time. I don't think it's healthy when we both are too motivated. It's really weird
That's interesting.
because we are we're too motivated. It's too much, you know? I think when, and this is just the way that my mind kind of aligns it, right? It might not make sense verbally if I'm saying it, but when you're down low emotionally about work, I'm up high usually. I'm like, we can do it. Yep. We'll hit 10 million subs. We'll do this on Instagram. We'll do this and this and this and this and this. And I think that is kind of sticks, and then you continue to work. The days that you're super motivated, sometimes I'm not, right? But we kind of are always in this balance of motivation, right? And I don't think we've ever been in a point where we're both low, you know? Maybe possibly when we weren't uploading.
Yeah, it was low. Was pretty low.
It was low because we got complacent. We didn't want to post. I didn't force you to post. I didn't tell you to post. I kind of left you to be you.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, that is a low and low.
That was the lowest. Yeah. But what would be your advice? Like, do you agree with my advice? Like, understand your partner's values, what they really value, and then also understand what your values are.
For me, advice is just having a good schedule that's consistent. Oh, interesting. Consistent schedule.
But not everybody works
and knowing
off
the
schedule.
Knowing the roles.
So can you elaborate on that?
I make breakfast every day.
And I clean up.
And she cleans the dishes while I do that, right?
Yeah. And I feed Jupiter.
And like, to me, the days, I know what's going to happen. If there's any day that's too random, everything just goes to shit because it's confusing. Timings start changing. Everything is like, nothing gets done.
I agree with that. I think us establishing our routines was one of the biggest things. So for example, this is how our routine usually goes. We wake up at 8. We have 2 hours to ourselves. Whatever we choose to do with those 2 hours is on us. Usually what we do is Dennis makes breakfast. I will clean up as that's going on. Yeah. I check my family calendar, see if there's any like administrative, bills, personal things we have to do
with the house.
Yeah. I'll usually go and get like the mail on a specific day, like all these little things that throughout the week start to pile up, and you're like, oh, who's handling this? You know,
Tuesdays is like gas day. I'll put gas.
Tuesdays is groceries, gas, mail, and trash day.
So that's Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And then we also go groceries. We go like shopping for whatever, right?
Always on Tuesdays.
And then we work. We know every single day what each of us is doing. When am I working on thumbnails? When are you coming up with videos? Yes. When are you going to do TikToks? Everything is scheduled to the T.
Because we have 2 different calendars. We have a family calendar.
And then a work calendar.
And then we have a work calendar. And that's been really helpful. You'd be surprised how much you can butt heads with your significant other if you don't know like what's happening throughout the entire week.
And then at 5, we end work. Natalie usually goes to work out at your place, which is like a group workout place.
Or I walk Jupiter.
Yeah. And then around 6:30, I'll meet up with Debbie sometimes to go to the gym, or I'll go by myself. And it's the same every day. And then at night, I'll play PC or Xbox or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's routine, and it helps things be predictable.
It helps things
Predictability
flow.
Is good.
Yeah. Like for example, date nights. It's every Friday, right? So now in the week, we're not like, oh, are we making time for each other? No, it's like on Fridays, we will make time for each other. Just like on Fridays are also our podcast day, our podcast work day. So we know we're also getting that done. I think that's been really helpful.
I think it's minimizing the amount of chaos.
Yes.
And unpredictable things, making it more predictable, but also not making it boring. Like I'm content following our week routine for like ever, like in my mind.
Me too.
For like I wish foreseeable future.
I wish we had done that earlier in our marriage. Like we were a mess.
But following our routine has made us very efficient.
Yeah.
We're not missing any bills. Right. Everything's getting paid.
And we don't stress each other out. Because I feel like before it's like, who's going to handle this? Who's going to get groceries? Like even that sometimes can get so overwhelming. Who's going to clean the house?
It's also important because you keep the other person accountable because you know what they should be doing in that time. So when Natalie's supposed to be filming TikToks and she's like
on Tuesdays, TikTok Tuesdays,
not like, let's say you're just not, let's say you're too caught up in a live stream, doing your makeup or something. So I can be like, hey, Natalie, don't forget you got TikToks. Like I know what you're supposed to be doing. You hold each other accountable.
It helps. Okay. So for you, your answer is schedule and routines.
Routine.
And for me, it would be understanding each other's values and seeing how that aligns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's important to know what the other person's routine is.
Yep.
Yeah. If the other person's doing shit that you don't know what they're doing, like,
I mean, it helps that we work together and we like, not everybody has that convenience, right?
I saw
That must be hard.
an issue with the couple that the guy would just like disappear for a couple of days when they would fight.
What the fuck? Hell no.
Yeah. And that they were talking to a therapist, and when she said, "Oh, he leaves for days,"
That's terrible.
the therapist made like this face like, "Oh, that's not normal.
That's
not good."
terrible.
Turns out he had other issues, and there was more problems within the relationship, but that's a
sad.
big red flag when the person leaves.
Well, for me, it would be, and I would want that.
All right. Next question. I really want them to leave their profiles, like usernames and stuff. If you're all about it, because I want to give people shout outs. If you're about it, say if you want your username to be shouted out or not.
But it doesn't make sense because it's an anonymous, uncomfy question. People don't want people to know.
Did y'all, I'm just kidding. It's not y'all. Did you guys ever go through a rough patch and a hard fighting time?
What do you think? Thank you, David.
Let me throw this question to David, actually. David, in your relationships, what is fighting like? Have you ever fought a lot with your relationships, or is it usually like friendly and amicable?
One time I have a toxic relationship, and it's bad because when we go out with my friends, she called me, "Where are you? What are you doing over there?" I say, "Just with my friends." "You liar, you say with a woman." And
So she was jealous.
damn, yeah.
She didn't trust you.
You know, yeah, maybe because 1 year is much time for, you need trust,
You
but
do.
she done.
So you were together for a year?
Yep.
Wow, that's a pretty long relationship. Wow, I'm surprised. That's incredible. Yeah, we did go through a rough patch. I feel like there was 2 moments that I think of. They always say that every 7 years you change as a person.
Mm-hmm.
And I genuinely remember the 7th year of our relationship being the hardest.
I thought you said the first was the hardest.
The first year of marriage was the hardest. Maybe that was the 7th year.
Possibly.
The first year of marriage was so hard for me. I can't, because we didn't spend, like, it almost didn't feel romantic. I feel like it felt like we were just on this ongoing routine of like chaos is what it felt like. There was always something to do. It was never about us. It was always about work. I think that was the issue. We were too focused on work.
I think you and I are a unique case because we're coworkers,
Yeah.
co-owners of the company.
Yeah.
We are married,
Mm-hmm.
and we spend every minute of every day together. So
Except after 5 p.m.
except after 5 p.m. Yes.
and
Okay.
on Sundays.
And on
I have
Sundays.
my time.
So we are unique in that sense. But for me, there was times where we weren't just getting along. Sometimes there was a time where you believed that I would be like looking at other people.
Oh my God.
Or
I remember that.
I was like checking people out and doing those things.
So that was prior to us. That was like our first year. That was our first year of being in a relationship.
Mhm.
I remember I was so jealous all the time. And I think the reason I was jealous is because Dennis had never really had a girlfriend. I was his first girlfriend. So I do feel like you were learning a lot of things with me. For example, one time he's like, "Oh, I was in class and this guy showed me a picture of this girl and her boobs were so big." And he literally said that to me. And I was kind of like, that's not really something you tell your girlfriend.
So, okay.
So his girlfriend etiquette wasn't on point. So I started to think like he's checking girls out like in pictures. So that's what he said. He's like, her tits were so massive. And take me, somebody who had like literally small little itty bitty titties. And I was like insecure.
So, okay, let me straighten this out.
No,
right?
but yeah.
So first of all, I was 19. Now I'm 30. Like fucking time goes by.
And that's the thing. I started dating him as a little boy. Like, you would look around. You had wandering eyes. I would literally be holding his hand and he'd see a cute girl and just check her out. And now I can understand.
But it wasn't like a fucking like turn my head and stuff.
Yes, it was.
No,
honey.
it wasn't.
Yes, it was. I'm sorry to tell you.
No, a lot of it was in your head, Natalie.
It wasn't, Bubba.
It was.
No, because I had never had this issue with any other boyfriend.
No.
Other than with you.
It was bad. It was to the point where we'd go to the mall and I'd have to look down. It was in your head.
It wasn't in my head, you guys.
I was paranoid.
This is why I know you were
This is
paranoid.
a real issue that we had. It was a real issue. I want to talk about it, right?
It was a real issue.
Right? The amount of fight let me just finish my thought.
Okay.
Right? The amount of fights that were about you're checking this person out. You're looking at this. You're doing this. Kind of like, you know, a little bit like David's girl that was like calling
Totally.
You weren't to the point where you would ask me where I was, but when we were together, you'd always look at my face. You're constantly looking at my eyes, seeing like, where is he looking? Where is he looking?
I was, but because like I said, you had wandering eyes.
No.
Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you, hold on.
You made it happen.
Let me tell you.
You in your jealousy caused the issue, and then it ended up being to the point where everything was uncomfortable.
So then tell me what changed.
What changed?
Yeah. You did.
No.
You matured and you stopped having wandering eyes. And if we would go to like a beach, he was no longer staring at this girl's thong, but he was like, "Oh, I'm with my girlfriend. Maybe I'll glance, but I'm not going to be like."
No, let's agree to disagree.
Wandering eyes.
No, let's agree to disagree. I'm at the mall. I'm walking, and like peripheral vision, you see people.
Yes.
They're just blending at that point because we're holding hands and we're walking, and I know.
You know what?
If I look at anybody, it's going to cause a problem. You were so jealous at first.
You were right. That is what you're saying.
I'm dissing previous Natalie.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is you've changed, because what would have changed then? It was you.
No, it was
you had never had a girlfriend.
Let's say it was both things. I want to say it was your level of jealousy was high. Your level of jealousy was really high.
It was not.
You're consistently looking at me to see what I was looking at, who I was looking at, how I was looking, right? And then I was young and I was looking around. Yeah, but it's not to the extent that I was like death staring people and I was like, fuck, like, oh, she's hot. No.
Imagine, guys, he told me that thing about the girl with the big tits.
I was open with you about what happened in my class. This guy had a new girlfriend. He showed me, first picture was like massive, like,
but that's
jugs.
The first thing you said. And now you wouldn't say something like that to me now, I feel.
Well, I thought that was being open about my day. And now I'm like, she doesn't fucking care about that. Some guy showed me some naked chick on it or on a phone or whatever. That's the first thing I'm going to tell you. Like, oh, this happened today. Like, no, it's like,
I feel like you're more cautious now because you understand that, like, you understand what it's like to have a girlfriend versus like you're talking to a friend, you know, like now I feel like people are thinking of me as like the jealous type.
No, okay.
Which is not me.
Women.
Now I'm the cheater and the jealous.
No. Okay. Women are a minefield. Okay. This is a minefield. You have to be careful what you say around them. That's not true. Right? Because then they'll take things to heart sometimes. Let's say, for example, okay. Let's say I complimented something on a girl. Anything
you
like
that,
like the tits thing, but then you internalize it.
Wait. If you say to a girl in front of me, "Damn, your tits are big,"
no, not to them. Okay. I said it to you. I say,
her tits are big.
Let's say I'm scrolling on Instagram.
Oh yeah, we do that.
And then I'm like, oh, I really like her hair.
Yeah.
Right.
Or her physique.
And let's say she happens to be blonde, and you're like, "Fuck's wrong with my brunette hair?"
I would not be like that.
Before, it would have been like that. Fine. That's maybe. What I'm saying.
I don't think I would have said that though.
Like it always comes to what's wrong with me? Why is he admiring that? I don't have that. It's just also hormonal. It's very people are very sentimental around a certain time in their life. People are emotional.
I genuinely feel like I'm being portrayed as somebody that I'm not. You're not that now. I'm genuinely. I just want to emphasize that I was your first girlfriend. You didn't really understand the girlfriend etiquette, and you would just say random shit like that.
Okay, fine. Okay, I agree. Leave it at that.
Okay, your turn or mine?
I think I picked up the last two.
Okay.
Keep talking though. Walk them through it. I'm just
thinking about what you're saying. I'm genuinely a little I'm a little shocked by everything you just said.
Startled
because you've never told me any of that.
Well, when I was younger, I felt attacked.
It's almost like the podcast is opening up a window into our life because we've never really talked about that.
I was paranoid about looking around all the time.
And you know what's crazy is I felt that you were paranoid.
It was scary to me. I felt like it would always lead to fighting about why are you looking at blah or whatever. Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, it was tough for me too. It was tough for me to have you stare at every girl that I walk by.
Oh my God. Okay, just read the next one.
What's a lie you've told each other?
What's a lie you told each other?
That I wasn't looking at that girl.
God. What's a lie?
Yeah, tell me now and break my heart. No, just kidding.
I lie when I'm like, sometimes you're like, hey, what do you eat today? With like my parents or whatever. Maybe sometimes we'd go out to eat. And I'm like, oh, we didn't eat anything. And that's it.
That's it.
That's it. It's that simple. I don't lie to you ever.
What's a lie we've told? I don't know.
When do you lie to me?
I lie to you a lot, but I can't really think. I can't really think of like when. Like, I don't know. Like, you've probably caught me in a lie before. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
Tell me about what lies you tell me.
I'm trying to come up with one.
I don't lie.
I'm put on the spot right now, so I don't really know.
Debbie, what's the biggest lie you've ever told?
To your significant other.
In your life.
To your significant other.
I think one time say I love you when I don't feel love you.
You're that kind of guy?
No, I don't kind of guy. When I'm more young,
Oh, you would say that.
Yeah. You know, I am immature before. Now I'm big boy.
So you used to say I love you without feeling the love.
Just because you felt like you had to say it, or why?
It's like when you say like in a nuestra espalda la pared.
I don't know what that expression would be like.
He like pressed against the rock or rock in a hard place. Yeah. He felt like he needed to say it.
She say, I love you. And I love you too. I don't know. It's so hard when it happened that.
That's true. You know, that is true.
Well, how do you feel about, and this came to my mind because that is Colombian. It's always like amor. They tell each other, they call each other amor, right? We don't have a name for each other like that, right? Like,
I mean, I say honey. I say handsome. I say baba.
Sometimes I hear amor.
Yeah.
And I cringe. I don't know why.
Amor. Because so many older women are saying that too.
Uy.
Que más pues mi amor.
Terrible. Absolutely nauseating. Well, Daddy, what do you call your girlfriends? Baby?
Corazon.
Oh, that's sweet. Corazon is sweet. No, but you know what? That reminds me. I felt that pressure that you went through about. So I had a boyfriend who told me he loved me, right?
Me?
No. I had a boyfriend who told me he loved me. And I remember that we actually drifted apart because I couldn't say that to him.
Damn.
Like, he was so upset that I couldn't. And to be honest.
Natalie, what do you say when he say, I love you? What do you say?
I think I said, I don't know. I don't know what I said.
Fuck you.
No. It was something like, I don't know. Like, I could feel that he loved me and I was like grateful. I think I said like, that's so sweet.
You like attention.
I liked attention. Oh, I liked that he told me he loved me. It was a great feeling.
Does it feel like a lot of pressure?
No, I just
at that point on.
I just didn't. I really wanted to feel that for him, and I didn't. So I didn't go about saying that, you know. But then he drifted apart because he was like, "Why can't you get there with me?"
So, but like in that moment, what did you tell him?
I think I appreciated it, and I was like, "That's very sweet," and like, I love you. No, like I think I kissed him.
So bad if I say I love you and she say, "Oh, you're so sweet." Get out in my face.
No. Damn that. But isn't it better than lying to the person?
No.
So you would say I love you?
I'd lie. See, the thing is like, okay, I'm not confrontational.
You guys would lie? That's fine.
I want to avoid issues, problems. So like even being here on the podcast, like talking about issues is difficult.
It is.
For me, like I'm also pushing the limit of how much I can criticize you. And like, I don't criticize you often. I also don't attack you personally. Right. So when these topics are coming up, I'm trying to be honest. Right. I usually avoid confrontation. Mm-hmm. So it makes things uncomfortable sometimes. I
will say though, I understand. Yeah. It is a little bit more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool too. Right.
No, it's good. And it's important. And I mean, I'm not taking anything here personal. Like we're going to leave here, go rock climbing. I don't give a fuck about anything. I say about a podcast. Yeah. Like this is like its own little world. Like this feels so safe.
I just wanted to mention Dennis was also a boyfriend. Dennis also told me he loved me.
Yeah.
The second day.
I already felt it though. And was honest.
Can you believe it?
Yeah.
And I didn't say I loved you either. And it took a bit for me to also say it. But he, unlike the other boyfriend, was patient.
The thing about me, right, is And
How did you know
I
you
admire
loved me?
Angelica similarly because she had my same thought process.
My sister. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, I don't want to mess around with people and waste my time. It was more about finding like, I know it sounds cliche, but like the one, right? So I asked you out. I asked you out for a reason. And then I never really like formulated or thought of it not working. I just thought of like it going and continuing on.
It was easy.
And so anytime there was like an issue, I think we answered a question about divorce. Divorce didn't come to my mind because it was always about, I was always like perseverance and going on with it. So
I was just thinking about, our first few fights.
Yeah, they were dumb.
How sad you got.
Yeah.
It was so sad.
I hated fighting.
Dennis would cry to me. It was really sad.
The thing is like, sad. I'm always about being happy.
Yeah.
And like, so when things are like down, I'm like, I'd rather waste. Why? I don't want to waste my time being sad. Like I'd rather just be happy all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't take things personally. And I feel like things can be fixed quickly. I feel like you do dwindle on issues a little bit more. You want to solve them and you're very like upfront about facing the issue.
Yeah.
Where I kind of,
you want to avoid it.
I avoid it and I sit back
pretend like
and I stay but I'm quick to being happy again,
Yeah.
But
I do think a lot about those moments where you cried like that. And sometimes when you're like so mad at me and you no longer like are phased, I wish you were like that again.
Cry.
Yeah.
No.
Like I wish you weren't so like what I'm saying is that was so pure and beautiful that
this is the thing, right? I think I cried because I knew changing people's opinions is hard. Like if we don't see eye to eye on something, it's difficult. And I know that it's like tough to change, right? Now I know like if you have an opinion or an idea, you're like concrete about it. There's really no changing it. So I'm not going to be sad about it. Before I'd be like, oh, I can't change your mind. It's tough. Like this whole thing sucks.
Yeah.
I also had a lot of pressure from school. Man, being in a really hard career and balancing a relationship is tough.
Yeah. I don't know how you did it.
Fucking hard. Like I remember one time we were dating and I was like in finals.
You have time for both. It's just stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have time for both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we were dating and I had finals. Tenía exámenes finales, right? And so I couldn't see you for like 2 weeks.
No, it felt like way more, you guys. It felt like.
Yeah. I had to seclude myself in my room and study for like 2 weeks. I was like, man, I haven't seen her so long. I hope she doesn't think I'm doing something weird, like cheating or something. Like
I didn't think that, but I was so sad during that time. I was like, he's not texting me anymore. I knew things were okay because I knew he was busy with school, but I was like, this sucks.
It was hard.
It was really
college,
hard. Yeah.
And my biomed career was the absolute hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah. I can't imagine being long distance with someone. That must be very difficult.
And we were only like a drive away. And it felt like
bad
worlds away.
It did.
Because it's time.
It felt so distant.
What is the longest time? Okay. I think this is interesting.
Tell me.
When a couple like you and I, we know things are ending.
Okay.
Right? Like let's say the relationship's not working anymore.
Yeah.
So we're ending, but no one wants to say, let's end it.
Why though?
I don't know. Maybe
because you're comfortable?
Confrontation or who knows?
Okay. I don't think I wouldn't.
So they just stop talking to each other. And it kind of gets longer and they don't talk with each other for longer. And like the relationship is starting to fizzle and it's almost like they're not even there anymore together, but no one's really called it off.
Why would you do that? I wouldn't.
There's some people that
I would
do
straight
that.
Up say.
Like it's over?
Yeah, if it's over, it's over.
I remember there was one time a long time ago that you were in Colombia for like a month. You were there forever. Man, I was by myself for like a month. And it was tough. It wasn't
This was like, another time?
This was early into the relationship also. This wasn't the time that you went and kissed this dude.
Oh my God.
It was another time.
The thing is, every summer I would go to Colombia with my family and we always go for a month.
Yeah. So that was tough. And I would message you through Facebook back then.
Oh, that was sweet. I have those messages.
And so I would message you and it would, because in Colombia, like the thing is, and this is for everybody who has a partner that goes to like another country or does things like that. Like, I don't expect you to be there at 8 p.m. on the dot all the time to like read my message and talk to me. It's like, it's really hard for you to sit down and take the time on the computer to talk to me.
Yeah. Cause you're with family, you're with friends, but it was really sweet. When I would come back and see things, you were so like,
I would be like, so it's 8 p.m. here. And I know Natalie's probably out with her parents, like eat barbecues or whatever in Colombia. And I'd be like, hey, just wanted to let you know, I miss you. And if when you see this tomorrow or the next day, yeah, it's nice. And like message me.
It was much more than that. It was
it was long.
You were like, I love you so much.
Yeah, I would write emotional shit.
Honestly, like that's what I'm saying. Those times are so sweet because like you don't do that anymore.
You're lying.
You write stuff like that, like beautiful.
I tell you nice things all the time.
Okay,
now.
okay.
No,
I have a question.
Yeah, you do, honey. But not like damn like that.
You know it.
If you guys like separate, who you think?
We'll take Jupiter.
No. ¿Quién escribiría primero al otro?
To separate?
Yeah. Explícalo en inglés.
Okay, so the question I believe is, if we were to separate, who would be the first to write? I don't think you would text the other person.
No, you wouldn't.
Get a divorce.
Yo no le escribiría. Nos vamos a divorciar.
That would be fucked up. Mm-hmm. If you were to get a divorce.
I don't understand the question.
I don't think we wouldn't write to each other. We wouldn't text each other.
Yo le mandaría un email. Divorce settlement papers. Email.
Tell me. David's trying to formulate this question. We got separated.
¿Quién cree que escribiría primero a la otra persona?
Oh, like after you're separated.
Extraño.
Oh my God.
Como te amo.
Me.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think, yeah.
What would you write? I don't think you would do that, Bobo.
Hey, I miss what we used to be.
Oh shit, that would hurt so bad.
I would write that.
That would be. I would cry.
Can things not go back to how they were?
Oh,
like I write that kind of stuff.
That's
You know.
so sweet. That would be so sad.
Are you crying?
Yeah, I'm on my period. That would be so sad.
Yeah, because you like.
I could see you.
You like envision. That. Yeah, because you know that it's true that I would write that. You wouldn't talk to me. You know it's true.
That's really sad.
You wouldn't text me. You'd probably block me.
No.
Yeah, I think you would.
Damn, you guys see me like that?
It's just girls.
I know your personality.
You think
I know
would
you
block him?
You block him.
Maybe because it would hurt too much.
You know that meme on TikTok sad. Of someone on a boat like drifting away.
Yeah,
that'd be you like this on a boat, just like leaving. That.
No,
I'd be on a little island like, where is Natalie?
No, honey.
What do you think? You think you'd write me back?
If I still loved you?
I don't know if you still love me, but I'm saying like, okay, scenario.
Okay.
We're divorced and you get a message like that. Like, I miss what we were or whatever.
Oh, that's so sad.
Would you write me back?
I wouldn't write you back, but I would maybe meet up with you.
Your lips
and then
quivering.
have sex with you.
No, I don't think.
If I still loved you, I would meet up with you.
But why would you still love me if you divorced me?
I know. That's why the whole scenario doesn't make sense. And you writing to me, that means you still love me. Saying I miss.
Who would give divorce papers to who in this relationship?
I don't think I would. I'm in it forever.
If we were gonna get divorced,
I'm in it.
Who would be more likely to give the papers for divorce?
It's kind of funny. I think you both are making me out to be someone that I'm not. I am a loyal wife. I am a loving wife.
True.
I am a respectful wife. And I'm in it. Okay? That's what I want you guys to know.
Let's leave it at that. Yeah.
So yeah. You don't know what you have.
You don't know what you have. Can I just say something?
Please.
So I was very new at relationships when I met you.
Yeah.
And so one of my first Instagram posts was, I'm so lucky to have you. And I posted a picture of us.
Oh.
And then Tatiana, my cousin, responded. And she's like, no, you got it twisted. She's lucky to have you.
Also, yeah.
Yeah. So
that's
I wanna clarify. Both aspects are nice.
Yeah.
But when you're very new, first of all, when you're very young and you're very new, you're like a dog. You know what dogs do?
Yeah.
They try hard to make their partner happy.
You gave off puppy energy.
Okay. So when you are a starting relationship, you're your first girlfriend, you try really hard to please.
Yeah.
So I would take you to movies a lot. I was showering
Very
you
romantic,
with love, right?
Flowers. Now he's a pit bull.
No. But what I also lacked in seeing was that I also deserved love and things, and you should have and did appreciate me. It's different perspectives, and I appreciated her message too. And she never messages me, and she sent me that, and I was like, "Oh, that's actually kind of like nice." Like I never thought about it. I did kind of put it aside, and like I didn't think about it too much. But now that I'm older, I'm like, there's certain DMs and messages that like stick.
Mm-hmm. What other things stick?
That
with
like
you?
that stuck to me hardcore.
Forever?
Like that's that instant.
Ooh,
It's weird.
Yeah, because you thought
It challenges me.
It did. It
challenges your thoughts, and you're like, I had never seen something like that before.
One thing that challenged me in school was I remember the teacher was like, you don't have to go to college to be successful.
I remember you said that.
I was like, really? I literally like my whole life had been planned out to go to college, to study really hard, especially like when you come from immigrant parents, like that's the idea,
Yeah.
And that literally blew my mind. When he said that, I started to think different. And I love that teacher. I actually saw him at rock climbing, and I told him how that changed my perspective. It made me go for YouTube because it made me think differently.
I think we're very stuck in our worlds in that moment in time. And like, just to expand upon that, right? When I was in college, when I was in high school, when I was in middle school, my life revolved around the grade. Am I going to get an A? Am I going to get a B? When in reality, like I'm what I am now, and I don't care what my ACT, SAT score is. No one's coming up to me being like, what do you get on your SAT, Dennis? Like, no.
Yeah, but you were so hyper focused on that during that time that it was your everything.
Right now, it's social media for us.
Yeah.
We're super focused and like it is our everything.
Yeah.
In 20 years, when we have kids and maybe a business or maybe not, or we're still doing this, like we'll be like, why did we hyper focus on that? Or
that's very
now it's our work. And so we have to be kind of, but there's a whole world out there. So, sometimes it's really nice. I'll like go outside, it's touch grass. Like it says like it's a meme, but you just kind of stare at the sky and you see like clouds go by and you're like, there's so much more out there than just what I'm living.
Yep.
And the problems and the issues that I'm experiencing are all my own.
I know, right?
And I have to like release it. Like I have to give out because I could be so like this podcast, we've been talking here for a while, right? But if you go outside, time kind of goes by so much slower. It's weird. I love
that perspective because I think that's why it hits people so hard when somebody passes away, because every day of the week you're focused on your problems, your issues, right? But then something happens to someone you love and you're like, oh my God, life is bigger than this. I should focus more on other stuff, Yeah.
Debbie, thoughts?
He's like, this is too deep.
Too deep.
Your turn or mine?
I'll take it out. Pulling out the little tab. Thank you guys for sending out these questions, by the way. I don't think we actually said thank you, but
make sure you follow us on our Instagram because that's how we kind of get like more ideas on what we want to do.
So this person said, have you ever had a pregnancy scare? Yeah, I mean, you can respond if you want to.
You respond.
I'm taking a sip.
Me too. I'm going to take a sip.
Sip. Sponsored by.
Why don't we want to answer
water.
that?
I don't know. I don't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to either.
That's it. Kissing in the morning with morning breath or nah? What do you think?
I don't love morning breath anything.
Tonsil stones?
No, I don't like anything morning related. Like
morning touchiness.
Sex. Like I don't really like that stuff.
You don't like mornings? You're not a morning person?
Yeah. But you feel different.
I don't know.
Yeah, you like that.
I'm down anytime, anywhere. except for me, nighttime isn't like applicable.
Okay.
It's weird. It's
But wait,
like
what's the question?
morning. Yeah, I'll kiss
Morning
you whatever.
breath.
I don't care.
You'll
fuck.
kiss me. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either, but like pecks, not
If
like
you
a full
didn't
on
have
makeout.
teeth, that would make things really weird. I wouldn't be about kissing that. That's nasty. Go get some dentures. Go get some dentures.
Oh my God.
Morning. I mean, you can easily just tell someone, go wash your damn mouth and then come here and kiss me.
Go wash your damn mouth.
Yeah. Go wash your damn mouth. Use some mouthwash. Come here and kiss me. How many of you wash your tongues? You gotta.
Dennis is so anal about this, washing his
Go
tongue.
wash your tongue. There's like, you gotta scrape it.
He's been so into the tongue scraper. It's too much.
No, for a while, just hygiene.
Yeah,
Do you scrape your tongue?
barely.
Usted se lava la lengua, David?
Yep.
Yeah?
And when I do like so down.
And he gags.
Eso suena como raro. Sounds a little weird. Is your energy low or is this just too serious or
no,
what's going on?
No, it's great. It's
Hungry?
great. Yeah, fuck hungry.
Okay, if you could eat anything right now, what would you eat? Let's make that a topic.
Sushi.
Really?
Yeah, like full on buffet. Like a
Oh
nice
man.
buffet of sushi. Sukihana. Yes.
She's so hungry.
I'm so hungry.
She's hangry. David, if you could eat anything right now, what do you eat?
I think I eat good meat.
Meat? Like a steak? Yeah, that sounds good. What about you, honey?
I think I'd eat McDonald's actually.
McDonald's.
Yeah, I've been looking at that logo right there on the side and I just keep staring
Well,
at
we
it.
do have it after today.
No, because we're going to go work out. There's no way I could work out on a full McDonald's stomach. That's wild. That'd be intense.
My muscles are coming in.
All right. By the way,
Tell me.
you've been looking really strong, I got to say.
Thanks, honey.
Like, it's crazy how our bodies have changed in the past couple months.
Because we've really been working.
Sometimes, like, this was a topic for episode 8, but I'm willing to talk. I want to talk about it now. Debbie, how are we on time? There was a moment in time where we started watching fitness videos and it impacted me so massively.
Me too.
Right? The amount of the way our lives changed because of that one guy.
Let's give him a shout out. What's his name? Why can't we remember right now?
I can't remember his name.
No.
I literally looked up on YouTube, guys. I looked up
I have it on the tip of my tongue.
healthy bad food.
Because this guy changed our lives.
I looked healthy bad food and this guy appeared. And he was all about eating anabolic. It's on the floor.
Oh, anabolic.
Eating anabolic and high protein and doing all this stuff. And then it led us into the MyFitness world. And then we started counting calories and deficits and stuff. But that made the absolute biggest world change in my life. Like understanding input and output of food was crazy.
Remington James on YouTube.
It's crazy how
You have
much
to watch
he
his
affected
stuff.
us.
Yeah,
And-
he did. He
and,
really
like,
did impact our lives.
I gotta say,
Thank you.
guys, I haven't made a single recipe of his. Like, and his channel's recipes. Like,
Yeah, it's recipe.
but it led me down the path of consuming things differently, understanding things differently.
It changed our lives.
Completely.
Yeah.
I also don't. What would we look like right now if the whole changing our diet, going to the gym thing wouldn't have happened? It's crazy.
Yeah. We've changed a lot.
You have no input,
No, I'm saying how I'm thinking he changed our lives.
but like
how would we be? We'd be fat. We would be fat. We'd be lethargic. We would be we would be eating shit. I don't know.
Do you hit your protein goals every day? Or do you think you need more protein?
I need eat more protein.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, protein is so important. It's
Protein
more
is
important
really
than anyone ever knows.
Yeah. I've been really grateful that you make food.
I try to get my mom on it and even
Chef
your mom,
Dennis.
but like some people, the concept of macros and stuff is just so difficult to understand.
Well, the first day that I started counting calories, I cried.
Yeah.
Why do I keep getting this?
Natalie, high energy. Come on.
No, it's just this. Okay. Did y'all lose your virginities with each other or with different people? I feel like this is such an immature little question.
Answer it.
We lost our virginities with each other.
Yes. That's it.
That's it.
Simple. Simple answer. David's a hoe. David's a hoe.
Your turn.
Que vuelve con mucha gente.
Que usted es una puta.
How was your first time?
Oh, do we have to talk about this? I feel like we should save that for another one.
We'll save it for the next time. The next uncomfy question, which will be episode 14.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about our first
Girl,
time.
you are lethargic. You are slow right now.
I'm
You're
so
mentally
sorry.
fatigued.
I apologize.
I am guiding this ship.
Here's the thing. So we've been, today was a really hard day. Like, honestly.
You can talk about anything you want.
No, I know, but I'm just being straight up. Today was a really difficult day. We woke up late. I feel like we worked out so hard yesterday, like worked out. Fridays should feel more relaxed. And today, Friday, it felt like a lot.
Our goal every Friday is to only focus on podcasts.
Yeah. And today we had to focus on everything but podcast.
It is currently, get this, 4:00.
Yeah.
Our newest podcast came out.
Yep.
Right? After this, we do promo. I want to be really upfront, even how the
that's what we
podcast
do.
like works.
Yeah.
Like the nitty gritty of it, right? So the podcast is out now. And we know that we have to go and do that. And then we release an actual YouTube video tomorrow.
So we have to post that. We have to post that. Figure out the title, the thumbnail. Thank God you finished the thumbnail.
So even after we end this episode and walk off the set, like the day's not done.
Then I have to check Slack.
We haven't eaten.
My manager wrote to me about something that I have to do on Monday, which wasn't planned. So it's a lot. I'm feeling a little dry.
If we were to talk about like a full-on influencer week for like the next episode,
would that be interesting? I don't know.
I think it would be really interesting for people. Because I mean,
that's true.
They would have their lives. We don't know who's viewing it, right?
Maybe
like
you guys
our
can tell
followers
us.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And I would like to know what one of their schedules is like and compare it to one of ours, and see just how it is. I know there's people out there that think this is easy.
But we're very fortunate.
Yeah, no, of course.
We're blessed.
But we work hard as shit.
Yeah.
Hard. I think David, I showed him what it took to post a video, all like learning Photoshop and Final Cut and all that, and like going in deep into it. Yeah, I don't think he really knew how much goes into creating a video. And then someone was actually going to like, I think they were charging him way too much for editing a video that he wanted to do.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so they were going to upcharge him, but like,
damn,
he knows the ins and outs a little bit more about what it's like to do influencing, or I don't even like that term.
What kind of topics would we touch on? I mean, I do remember somebody commented and they were like, "You're not really a business podcast. Stick to like relationships."
We're
I appreciated that. No, I appreciated them saying that, but I don't think they really understand that we are a business. It's just that we don't show that. Like, this is meant to look easy.
I think what they mean by business show is like how to make money, right?
But it's all we talk about. It's all we do.
Make money.
Like, think about ways to make money. Yeah. Like, outside of these four walls, when we're in our conference room with our whiteboards and writing all these things, like, yeah, I would say we are a business.
It's weird. It's weird because even from the start of YouTube, in my mind, it's never been about money. It's about like exposure and just growth.
I think we go through different stages though. Like sometimes it is about money. Sometimes it is about just exposure. Sometimes it's just passion. Sometimes it's
right now I'm genuinely passionate about this.
Me too. This has been
fun.
So fun. I look forward to being here with you guys every Friday.
This is really enjoyable.
I really do. It's really fun. David's like
David, how has being on the podcast been for you? Have you enjoyed it?
I enjoy so much. I'm so happy when come Friday and say, "Oh, podcast again." I'm so happy for this.
I'm so happy to get paid.
It's so funny.
Imagine if people were honest. I love those kinds of videos. Like if people were really honest, what would we'd sit here and be like, damn. No, just kidding. Because I really enjoy this. This has been really fun, especially now that we have a sign.
The logo looks so nice.
The logo. Thank you, Zoe, for making this for us. This was so amazing.
We got to set like up more things.
We will. Next podcast.
In the next podcast.
You guys will see it.
There's no other questions?
The last question was this one.
The last question.
Did we answer this? What's a lie you've told each other?
Yeah.
Yeah. So was there 2 repeats?
So you cut the same one twice?
That doesn't make sense. Maybe 2 people asked it to me. That's why.
Does it ever get to you when Dennis makes fun of you for being Christian? I already did that one.
That's how our divorce started. Just kidding.
There's a couple. You used a double-sided piece of paper, didn't you?
Yeah, I fucked up.
Oh, you messed up.
My bad. Okay, tell me something. I want to know. What has been the best part about having this podcast with me so far?
Just talking.
Why though?
It's weird because I don't want to say that we don't talk.
Okay.
And this is kind of like deeper.
Sure.
But life, it gets kind of mechanical. And
yeah.
there's always something to be doing.
Always.
And I want to know in the comments. I know this is towards the end of the podcast, and like I don't know what percentage of you will make it to the end, but if you could just comment, like, when's the last time you sat with your significant other or family or whatever and just talked? Like TV is off, just talked, like real.
Yeah, I think that's what this is doing to us, because sometimes we'll have quality time, but we won't talk. We'll just sit there in silence, which is nice. Also.
Yeah.
Why is not you laughing at us?
Because I imagine it like you sit like with your girlfriend and be quiet both.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah. No.
I just think you're just like so tired. I think that's my fear a little bit whenever we have kids is like, I feel like life is going to be so much harder.
No. I think just like relationships, you learn. You live and you learn.
To do it.
First child's gonna have trouble though.
It's gonna have trouble?
Yeah, if we have 2 or 3 kids or whatever. I mean, have you ever seen those memes of the first kid? They treat them so nicely and like they like, and then the second kid's like fucking running in the wall or whatever, and they don't care at that point.
But why will our first child have trouble?
Because we're learning with them.
Oh yeah, but I think that's why it'll be special.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, of course. Every child is
right?
special. Even if they had 7 kids, the 7th kid is special. They're not going to lose specialty.
Did you guys know that we have a twin gene in our relationship?
I think we're just milking it now. You want to end the podcast at this point? Like we can keep going, but like I don't know. I like structure.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give the last minute to
Okay. This is okay. Wait. I have something I have to say.
Because in the last one, he said something ridiculous.
Not yet. Okay.
And I'm gonna lay.
I have to say this. When I first came up with the podcast script and everything, I had something called the David Minute. And do you remember the David Minute?
I remember the David Minute.
And you scrapped it. You said, "What the fuck would David say for a minute? A whole ass minute." Okay.
Well, here's the David Minute.
Okay, David. First of all, your headphones are backwards. Sus audífonos están al revés.
No tiene cámara. Se le dañó.
Pero el micrófono le funciona. No está funcionando. No está funcionando el micrófono. Okay.
Technical difficulty.
All right, David.
Oh, okay. His camera is not working.
I want you to know. Okay. You have all these people listening. You can say anything you want. You can ask us a question or state something.
Don't worry, David. It's just
Puedes decir lo que quiera. O pregunta or like just say something to the world.
I'm scared for this.
Say it. Say
it. The last one he asked
Say
us.
it now.
In the last one,
this is the moment. You can rap. You can do anything you want. Okay.
Not the rapping. Not the rap. David likes to rap.
No. I just want to say.
Look up, Natalie. Like it's God. It's talking.
I think it's so hard for me. I don't know. Like,
no, I'm not laughing at you. I'm not laughing at you.
I know. It's so hard for me.
Yeah. Tell us, God.
I wanna kill my. I wanna kill my.
That's what you had to say. Okay. That's great. And with that
is the most David thing ever. If you don't wait, can we give context? Because people are going to be afraid.
No, it's the TikTok meme.
Okay, it's a TikTok meme.
Okay, with that, we're going to end today's podcast. Thank you so much for watching this. We appreciate you and be here next Friday at 4 p.m. Oh my God, that's great.
Thank you guys for hanging out. This was a lot of fun.
Be sure to rate, comment, like, subscribe, do your thing.
I want to kill. That's all.
Kill my mom. Kill my dad. I want to kill my grandma.
Ponga la música, outro music. All right, we're good. Thank you for being here.
Damn, kill your grandma.